Hey guys, I hope that y'all are having a fantastic day so far. I was super excited to get this video done because I know that a lot of y'all have had a lot of questions about things from my hair to my face to my makeup and all of that good stuff. So I wanted to be able to put this video together so that I could answer some frequently asked questions from y'all. So as always, please feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any more questions that maybe I didn't get, feel free to put them in the comments. So here we go. Okay, so starting off, first and foremost, I want to address a lot of the frequently asked questions that I get about my makeup. One of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, what foundation do I wear? I wear CoverGirl's Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous foundation in shade 805. So this is what it looks like. Sorry, I know that it's a little bit bright. But that is Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous foundation. You can find it in any drugstore. I have been using this foundation for a very long time. I was having a moment a couple of years back where I was trying to figure out what foundation I wanted to consistently use, that my skin wasn't going to get used to and then start breaking out from. So I started using that one, and I have tried like a lot of different foundations in between, and I like them, but the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous foundation is probably the most consistent for me. Shade 805 is the lightest shade that they have. So I wear that one, and then sometimes during the summer I'll go to shade 810. So that is what I use. It's got great coverage. It's a very inexpensive foundation. It's not going to break the bank. I apply it with either a beauty blender or a brush, and then I put on top of it the CoverGirl True Blend matte powder, and I use the lightest shade, Translucent Fair, which is shade number 1, and I really like this stuff too because it's a fantastic setting powder. Another question or series of questions that I get asked a lot is always, what is my lip color? I pretty much use the same lip brand for almost all of my lip colors, and I will tell you why here in just a second. I have branched out in some other brands like NYX and CoverGirl and stuff like that, and Wet n Wild glosses, but for the most part I'm using Milani for nearly every single lip color that you will see me in. I'm usually using Milani, and I'm either using a Milani lip liner or an Italia lip liner, which I got in a little bundle off of Amazon, but Milani lip liners are fantastic. So Milani has 2 lip creams that I really like. They have their most recent matte satin lip cream collection, and then they have their more founded Amore matte lip cream collection. I really love both of these collections just because of how the color stays on my lips. I don't have to reapply it often. It doesn't over dry them for the most part, and I can throw a gloss on top or throw a lip liner underneath or just put it on by itself, and it's essentially going to stay for most of the day. Plus the colors are phenomenal. A lot of the times I'm either wearing like a variation of a nude, or I'm wearing like a dark purple, or I'm wearing a red, and Milani has really fantastic colors in both of these collections to address any of your needs, and they are definitely going to stay all day. The Satin Matte Lip Collection is definitely softer than the Amore Matte. It goes on a little bit lighter. I prefer it over the other, but I still wear both. I honestly think I probably have like 10. Bringing these collections combined, I probably have 10 of their colors. But I definitely recommend them. They're extremely affordable. I think that they're under $8 at any drugstore. And again, there's like a huge, color collection, but it's pretty much what I use for almost all of my lip needs. I also have a lot of their lipsticks that I use as well. Okay, so on to the next series of frequently asked questions. I get asked a lot of questions about my hair, and I love being able to help you guys out and answer those questions when I can. But I also wanted to just be able to come on here and give you like a brief general overview of some of the most frequently asked ones about my hair, so that if you had questions, you could come here and hopefully get those answered. First and foremost, I get asked, how long do I go between cuts? Right now, this is about a week into my last cut, and I usually go anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes longer if I don't have the time in my schedule to get to the barber. So I go anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks to get it cut. If your hair is, really short, you can definitely go 4 weeks and it's fine. I just notice a really huge difference when I go 4 weeks or longer because my hair grows so quickly. The second question that I get is, do I go to a stylist or a barber? I personally prefer going to a barber, but I also know some fantastic stylists that cut very good pixies. So it's really all about personal preference. Another question that I get asked is what I use when I'm washing my hair. So for washing my hair, I use a generic purple conditioning shampoo from Sally's. I used to use shimmering lights and I really like them, but I found that it dried my hair out a lot. But I also love Matrix line of Matrix So Silver or Matrix Brass Off. So you can really use any of those and achieve the results. And the fantastic thing about all three of those collections, especially this one, is that they also have a purple conditioner as well. So when I'm washing my hair, because I like to keep it so ashy and I really like to avoid any yellow tones in my hair, I will usually leave my shampoo on for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll put my conditioner on while I'm washing my body or something like that. That way I can just kind of rejuvenate the ash tones in my hair. Probably one of the most famous questions that I get is what I use to style my hair, and still to this day it has not quite changed yet. My favorite thing to use is Freeze It hairspray. So some things that do change are whether or not I'm using a mousse or if I use a spray gel. I love the Mane Choice Peach Black Tea Collection mousse. When I'm styling, I actually use that today, and it really gives me great texture. And then I also love using the Aussie Hair Care volumizing spray gel as well. So I kind of interchange between both of those. I just dropped it. But as far as hairspray is concerned, one second. I'm back. As far as hairspray is concerned, I use Freeze It Mega Freeze. They have a purple label and an orange label. I've been using the orange label because, the more hold, the better. But this you can also find at pretty much any drugstore. It is really cheap. It is aerosol. So if you're not an aerosol fan, you might not want to go with it. But honestly, if you have short hair and you're looking for something that's going to hold your style, I cannot tell you, but this is the way to go if you're on a budget. Another question that I get frequently asked, especially about my hair, is, how short do I cut it? What is the top length? What is the side length, the back length, all that fun stuff. So while I was at my barber's this last time getting it cut, I, asked a few questions just so I could be able to more effectively answer that question from you guys. But I will also say that it's not always the same. I don't always get it done the same. Sometimes, it might be a little bit different. But usually down here at the very bottom of the sides and my back, I'll get a half guard. And it's, like I said, it's longer than that now because it's been about a week since I've gotten it cut. But usually I'll get a half guard down at the very bottom of the sides and the back, and then it fades up to a 1. And then when she stops my fade, she stops it right about here. And then she starts fading it into the top. So I like to keep it really tight down here. And I also keep the back of my neck natural, which I just personally prefer. I prefer to keep my neck pretty natural. And then I'll line up around my ears and right over here. On the top, the top length really does vary. It can be 3 inches, 2 inches, or even 1 inch. This last time, I think that we're maybe sitting at 1.5 inches in some areas up here. Sometimes I'll leave my bangs a little bit longer just because I like to swoop them a little bit instead of wearing them down in my face. So those might stay a little bit longer. And then I also keep the length in my crown longer as well. And that is really important for me specifically, just so I can maintain a feminine shape to the back of my hair, as well as making sure that the crown doesn't stick straight up because it's too short. So hopefully that answers a little bit of those questions about how I get my hair cut. And when she is blending, it is scissor over comb or clipper over comb. Another bit of questions that I get asked a lot is where I get my clothing and my jewelry. So as far as jewelry is concerned, I have a lot of brands that I've been blessed to work with, such as Simple Strand Jewelry, which is actually where I got these cute little guys. I really love her stuff. You can find her on Instagram under Simple Strand Jewelry. I also wear a lot of stuff from 1110 Leather, and you can find them on Instagram as well under 1110 Leather. And then I've also recently started wearing a lot of pieces from LD Watkins Designs, Lavender Blue, all of that's good stuff. So that's usually where I'm getting like most of my earrings. If it's not from either one of those places and it's not tagged, then honestly, most likely it came from Walmart. I really do buy a lot of stuff from Walmart. I just, it's what I do. But so if it's not from either of like those 4 or 5 places, or if I haven't tagged it, then most likely it's from Walmart, or it's just from like another random little store that I just happened to find them one day. And as far as clothing is concerned, a lot of my clothing is bought from Walmart as well. I also buy a lot of my clothing from Rue 21. I buy some pieces from Target, and then a lot of my shoes, kind of the same thing. I really just kind of buy them from random different stores. Like I'll go to Rainbow. I'm a bargain shopper, y'all, so I do not spend a whole lot of money on my clothing. Like me personally, me spending $20 on a top just freaks me out. Like, and I know that sounds terrible because it's like your stuff is gonna like get all gross in the next 3 years. Like my style will probably have changed in 3 years, so that is totally okay. And to be perfectly honest, it's actually evading me. Actually, I think I got this top from Ross, so I really like Ross too. So I also like shopping at Ross. So Ross, Walmart, Rue 21, Target, all of that fun stuff. I can definitely start linking a little bit more about where I buy things, but because I'm so cheap, I buy things so cheap, sometimes it might not always be like the best for me to tag or post, but I can definitely start doing that as well. So finally, I get asked a lot of questions about my faith. Why do I believe in God? Why do I take my faith so seriously? Why am I so bold about it? What's my testimony? All of that good stuff. So I wanted to just kind of, take these, last remaining minutes to, answer some of those questions as well, because even though I am a fashion and beauty enthusiast, first and foremost, I am a daughter of the one true King, and I love Jesus and I love talking about him. So to answer that first question, why do I take my relationship so seriously with the Lord? To be honest, the answer to those questions, it kind of all wraps into one. Like at the end of the day, I look at my testimony and I look where God has brought me from, and I can't not talk about him, because everything that he's brought me through and, everything that he's done for me and how he has really completely changed my world and turned me into the woman that I am today, just makes it where I want to do nothing but share that. I just always want to be able to share with you guys that he loves you too, and that no matter where you are, where you come from, what you've done, what you're doing, that he desperately just wants to have a relationship with you. So I take it seriously just because I'm able to look back on my life and, really understand how much he loves me and exactly what he has done for me. And I want to be able to let y'all know that he can do the same thing for y'all too. So secondly, I get asked about, why I'm so bold about it on my platform. Well, again, so even though fashion, makeup, hair, all that good stuff is definitely a passion of mine, my main passion is ministry. So I love being able to just kind of tie all those things together and, talk to you guys about makeup, talk to you guys about hair, but also share with y'all a little bit about Jesus. I was called to ministry a long time ago, and just kind of being able to use the social media platform as a way to just kind of share some things that the Lord has been showing me, or to be able to talk to you guys about some of the words that he's given me. It's just a great way for me to be able to kind of blend all of those topics together And I see no reason not to be bold. I mean, Jesus was bold for me when he, sacrificed himself on the cross. And God is always bold about his love for me. So why not be bold about him on my platform? And then finally, about my testimony. So I've shared a little bit about my testimony, and I will be doing a full video about my testimony soon, but just kind of, hitting the highlights. I endured sexual abuse when I was a kiddo. My father was a pastor, and I was sexually abused from the ages of, 10 to 12, so almost 2 years. And I really just kind of fought with my relationship with the Lord for a little while, spun off into some things that I shouldn't have gotten into, which led to some toxic relationships and, ultimately a divorce down the road and a lot of healing that needed to be done and that needed to be made. And God has really just kind of, taken my life and completely turned it around for the better. He has really just made beauty from ashes, not out on the outside, but on the inside. Just really being able to see like what he's done for me has been absolutely insane. So I definitely look forward to being able to share more about that with you guys. And I hope that in short, answers a little bit of the questions that you might have. Currently, I do go to a church here. I actually go to a church in Gainesville, Georgia called Free Chapel, pastored by Pastor Jensen Franklin. I also listen to a lot of different sermons. I love Joyce Meyer, Pastor Michael Todd, Pastor Stephen Furtick, Pastor Kim Pothier, Real Talk Kim. So I listen to a lot of their, wisdom as well as studying the Word for myself and really diving in and digging deep. And I wouldn't do any justice if I didn't encourage you to do the same. If you have any questions about your faith or if you're just not sure where to go, like I always encourage you to get into the Word and to spend time in prayer, because that's going to be what ultimately gives you the answer that you are looking for. So hopefully that kind of answers those questions. Again, you are feel free to ask more in the comments too. So that's all I have for y'all today. I really hope that takes care of a lot of the common questions that you might have. Like I said, if I missed any, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer in the best way that I can. And again, please, please, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be or try to be more active on my channel. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your week.